The mining vessel Terra Nova cruised steadily through the asteroid belt of the Zalvian system. On the bridge, Captain James Teller conferred with his diverse team of specialists and leaders from Earth's various factions, each an expert in their respective fields. "Let's keep our approach cautious," James suggested, eyeing the asteroid's readings on the main display. "We're not alone out here." Beside him, Dr. Lena Hart, a renowned astrobiologist, peered through the viewport with keen interest. "Any life forms we encounter could be completely unlike what we've prepared for," she remarked, adjusting her glasses thoughtfully. At the communications station, Marcus Lee, the chief diplomat, was setting up protocols for first contact. "I've briefed everyone on potential cultural sensitivities. Remember, we're not just representing Terra Nova or even the United Earth Mining Corps. We're representing humanity." The engineering lead, Sonia Ramirez, checked her tablet for the ship's operational status. "All systems are green. We're ready for whatever comes next," she confirmed, her voice steady and reassuring. Suddenly, the communication officer, Lieutenant Hideo Tanaka, signaled to James. "Captain, we're picking up an unidentified signal. It's structured, deliberate, definitely a communication, not random noise." James nodded, instructing, "Let's hear it, Lieutenant." The bridge was filled with a series of melodious tones, structured and intentional. Sonia remarked, "That's not just communication, it's sophisticated, possibly even musical. It's like nothing we've encountered." "Adjust our trajectory to trace the signal's origin," James commanded. The crew watched as a sleek, unfamiliar spacecraft emerged from behind an asteroid, its design elegant and alien. Marcus stepped forward, adjusting his tie. "Time to do what we came here for, open a channel." "Unknown vessel, this is Captain James Teller of the Terra Nova," Marcus began, his voice echoing James's earlier calm authority. "We represent the United Earth Mining Corps. We received your signal. Are you in distress?" After a tense moment, a voice replied, speaking perfect English. "Greetings, Captain Teller, and to all aboard your vessel. We are the Zeltrons. We come in peace and seek an exchange of knowledge. We are explorers, much like yourselves." Lena leaned in, whispering to James. "Their tech is impressive. They learned our language incredibly fast." James responded to the Zeltrons. "We welcome peaceful contact and are eager to learn from each other. We propose a meeting on the asteroid below, neutral ground for both our parties." "We accept your proposal, Captain. We will meet on the surface," the Zeltron responded. As the communication ended, the crew members exchanged glances of excitement and anticipation. Dr. Hart began preparations for biological exchanges, Marcus reviewed diplomatic protocols, and Sonia double-checked their landing gear and environmental suits. James addressed his team with a nod of approval. "This is a monumental day for all of us. Let's make history and make Earth proud." With a mixture of excitement and responsibility, the crew of the Terra Nova prepared for their descent to the asteroid, ready to face this new chapter in human exploration and diplomacy. This first contact could potentially reshape their understanding of the universe and humanity's place within it. After their successful initial meeting with the Zeltrons on the asteroid, the crew of Terra Nova received an invitation that would propel them into the heart of interstellar diplomacy. The Zeltrons extended an opportunity for Earth to send delegates to the Galactic Assembly, a conclave of numerous alien civilizations that govern trade, law, and cultural exchanges across the galaxy. Captain James Teller, along with Dr. Lena Hart and Marcus Lee, were chosen to represent Earth. Sonia Ramirez remained aboard the Terra Nova to oversee its operations while they were away. The trio boarded a Zeltron vessel, which whisked them across the cosmos to the Assembly's headquarters, a massive space station orbiting a neutral planet. Upon arrival, the enormity of what they were undertaking began to dawn on them. The station was a hub of activity with beings from various species moving about, some humanoid, others completely alien to human eyes. Marcus, ever the diplomat, suggested, "Let's keep our introductions straightforward and respectful. We need to listen first and speak second." Lena added, "And let's gather as much information as we can on their scientific achievements and their understanding of biology. It could revolutionize our studies back home." Their first formal interaction was at a grand meeting where James presented Earth to the Galactic Assembly. Standing before the Assembly, James began, "Honorable members of the Galactic Assembly, I am Captain James Teller, and with me are Dr. Lena Hart and Mr. Marcus Lee. We come from Earth, a planet rich in life and cultures. We are honored to be here and eager to learn and contribute." His speech was met with a murmur of interest and skepticism. Many members were curious about this new member species, while others doubted Earth's significance in the cosmic scale. Following the meeting, a seasoned delegate, Ambassador Thrix from the planet Valaris, approached them. Thrix was a towering figure, his skin shimmering with a metallic sheen. "Welcome to the Galactic Assembly," he greeted. "Not every day we see new species. Tell me, what does Earth hope to gain from joining us?" Marcus took the lead. "Thank you, Ambassador Thrix. Earth seeks knowledge, allies, and a place in this distinguished community. We hope to share our unique perspectives and innovations." Lena engaged Thrix with questions about the Assembly's scientific collaborations, and the ambassador was impressed by her keen interest. "Ah, a scientist. There is much we can learn from each other. I will arrange for you to visit our research facilities." Their days were filled with negotiations, learning about galactic politics, and forming tentative alliances. Each encounter was an opportunity to affirm Earth's value to the Assembly. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. During a recess, James overheard a group of delegates from a technologically advanced civilization discussing their concerns about the unpredictability of younger civilizations like Earth. "They rise fast and burn out faster. Can we trust them with advanced technology?" one delegate questioned. James reported this back to his team. "We have our work cut out for us. We need to prove that humanity is not just another flash in the pan. We're here to stay, and we're responsible." Determined, they strategized their next moves, planning presentations on Earth's history, its resilient civilizations, and its contributions to arts and sciences, aiming to cement their place as a valuable member of the Galactic Assembly. As they prepared for these presentations, the significance of their mission grew clearer. They were not just delegates, they were pioneers, setting the stage for humanity's role in the wider universe. As Earth's delegation became more integrated into the daily proceedings of the Galactic Assembly, James, Lena, and Marcus deepened their alliances and expanded their understanding of the complexities of galactic politics. One particular ally, Ambassador Thrix from Valaris, had taken a special interest in Earth's technological and cultural potential. During one of their informal meetings in a quiet corner of the station's extensive library, Thrix shared with them a restricted archive of the Assembly's historical data. "I believe your civilization might find this interesting," he whispered, his metallic fingers delicately handling an ancient-looking data tablet. As they delved into the contents of the archive, Lena stumbled upon something startling. References to a planet with descriptions strikingly similar to prehistoric Earth, but dated millions of years before any known human civilization. "This can't be right," she murmured, her eyes scanning the holographic texts that floated in the air. "These records suggest Earth was part of a galactic federation long before we even discovered agriculture." Marcus looked over her shoulder, his diplomatic mind racing through the implications. If this is true, it could completely redefine Earth's position here. We could be one of the founding civilizations, not just a new member. Realizing the sensitivity of this information, James suggested, "We need to verify this. If we can find more evidence, it could strengthen our standing in the Assembly and beyond." Their next step was a visit to the planet mentioned in the ancient records. After securing permission from the Assembly for an exploratory mission, framed as a scientific endeavor, James, Lena, and Marcus, accompanied by Thrix, set off to uncover the truth. Arriving at the coordinates listed in the archives, they found themselves orbiting a desolate planet covered in ruins that bore a bizarre resemblance to archaeological sites back on Earth. Lena organized the excavation teams, her excitement palpable. "Let's be thorough. Anything we find could be a key to our past." Days into the excavation, they uncovered a breakthrough. A vault sealed within an ancient structure, filled with artifacts that mirrored those found in Earth's own distant past. Among the relics were tablets with a form of writing that was undeniably similar to ancient scripts from Earth. "This is incredible," Lena said, examining a tablet. "These symbols, they're almost identical to those we found in Mesopotamia, but according to the carbon dating, they're over 10 million years old." As they documented their findings, Marcus formulated a plan to present their discoveries to the Assembly. "We'll need to be convincing, detailed, and transparent. This information will cause a stir, and not everyone will be pleased." James nodded in agreement. "Our goal is to share this knowledge responsibly. Earth's history is far richer than we ever imagined, and it's time everyone knew." With Thrix's support, they prepared a detailed presentation, ensuring the integrity of their evidence was indisputable. The findings, once made public, would not only validate Earth's ancient cosmic heritage, but also position humanity as a key player in the galactic narrative. The trio knew the upcoming assembly session would be pivotal. As they organized their evidence, the weight of history was upon them. They were not just rewriting Earth's history, they were claiming its place among the stars as an ancient, integral part of the galactic community. Following their groundbreaking discoveries on the desolate planet, the Earth delegation, led by James, Lena, and Marcus, received authorization to explore more of the so-called relic worlds, planets identified in the ancient archives as part of a long-lost federation that included Earth. These worlds were scattered across different sectors, each holding potential keys to humanity's ancient past. With Ambassador Thrix's continued support, they arranged a series of expeditions. Each member of the team had a clear role. James oversaw the logistical and security aspects, ensuring their missions remained safe and confidential. Lena directed the scientific and archaeological examinations, and Marcus managed diplomatic relations, keeping their missions transparent to the Galactic Assembly to maintain their newly earned trust. Their first destination was a planet named Crixivia, known in the archives for its scholarly contributions to the ancient Federation. The world was now a shadow of its former self, with remnants of vast libraries and learning centers scattered among its ruins. As they walked through a colossal, broken dome, Lena pointed to the intricate carvings on the walls. "These are not just decorative, they're historical records. Look here," she said, tracing the lines of a faded glyph. "This symbol represents knowledge, a common motif in the Federation's era. It's similar to ancient Egyptian motifs of wisdom." Meanwhile, Marcus coordinated with a team of linguists and historians from the Assembly to decipher the texts. "Every piece of information we retrieve helps reconstruct the Federation's story and Earth's pivotal role in it." The next stop was a planet called Eridu, once a hub for what appeared to be interstellar trade and commerce. Here, the team discovered a network of marketplaces and trade centers, all astonishingly similar to ancient Roman forums. "Notice the layout and design," James observed as they navigated through a grand plaza. "It's like walking through a historical site in Pompeii, except we're light years from Earth." At each site, the team meticulously collected artifacts, recordings, and samples. Lena ensured that all findings were carefully preserved and cataloged, aiming to create a comprehensive database that could be shared with Earth and the Galactic Assembly. One evening, as they camped under the alien stars of Eridu, the weight of their discoveries brought a contemplative mood over the camp. Lena shared her thoughts with the group. "We're not just discovering history, we're part of it now. These expeditions, these moments are links in a chain that stretches back millions of years." Marcus nodded, adding, "And think about the future. Once we present this at the Assembly, humanity's perception in the galaxy will shift. We'll be seen as one of the foundational civilizations, not newcomers to be sidelined." As their journey continued, so did their understanding of the Federation's complexity and diversity. Each planet offered new pieces of the puzzle, slowly forming a picture of a cosmos where Earth was once a central player. Their final destination was a planet called Thalos, renowned for its cultural richness. Amidst the ruins of what once was a sprawling metropolis, they found a monument with inscriptions that explicitly mentioned Earth as a beacon of knowledge and exploration. Armed with their findings, the team prepared to return to the Assembly. The evidence was irrefutable, and the implications profound. Earth was not merely an old civilization, it was a founding member of a once galactic federation. The upcoming Assembly meeting would be the stage for this historic revelation, setting the course for humanity's role in the galaxy henceforth. The journey back to the Galactic Assembly was fraught with anticipation and apprehension. James, Lena, and Marcus, loaded with irrefutable evidence of Earth's ancient heritage, were aware that their discoveries could unsettle the current galactic order. Earth's elevated status might not be welcomed by all, particularly the more dominant and established civilizations within the Assembly. As the team prepared for the final leg of their return journey aboard their spacecraft, an urgent alert sounded through the ship's communication system. "Unidentified vessels approaching at high speed," reported the pilot, his voice tense. James quickly moved to assess the situation, joining the pilot in the cockpit. On the radar, 3 sleek, fast-moving ships were closing in. "Looks like they're not here to escort us," he muttered, studying their formation, a tactical maneuver commonly used in a blockade. Lena joined him, her expression one of concern. "Do you think they know about our findings?" "It's possible," Marcus interjected, entering the cockpit. "Our research hasn't exactly been a secret, and we've made some powerful entities very nervous." The ships hailed them, a harsh voice cutting through the static. "Terra Nova, you are carrying property that belongs to the Galactic Archive. Surrender it immediately and prepare to be boarded." James responded, firm and composed. "We are on a sanctioned mission, under the protection of the Galactic Assembly. Any aggressive action against us will be considered an act of hostility against the Assembly itself." There was a brief silence before the voice returned, now laced with menace. "You have been warned. This is your final chance to comply without resistance." Knowing that a skirmish would endanger not only their mission, but also their lives, James made a quick decision. "Take evasive maneuvers. Lena, Marcus, secure the data. No matter what happens, we must ensure it remains intact." As the pilot navigated through a series of daring maneuvers, Lena and Marcus secured themselves in the data vault, using the ship's most advanced encryption and safety protocols to protect the historical artifacts and records. Meanwhile, James coordinated with their allies back at the Assembly. He sent a distress signal to Ambassador Thrix, explaining their situation. Within minutes, Thrix responded, his voice urgent but steady. "Help is on the way. Hold on." The chase intensified as their attackers launched a barrage of energy pulses, each strike jarring the ship violently. The crew of the Terra Nova worked seamlessly, their training and dedication evident as they managed to evade and counter the assaults. Just as the situation seemed dire, a squadron of Galactic Assembly security ships burst onto the scene, their arrival heralded by the booming sound of space artillery. The attacking ships, recognizing the reinforcements, began to retreat, their mission thwarted. With the immediate threat neutralized, James thanked the squadron leader and set a course back to the Assembly. The team was shaken but unharmed, their resolve only strengthened by the encounter. Upon their arrival at the Assembly station, they were greeted by a mix of applause and inquisitive stares. News of their adventure had spread, casting them in a heroic light but also underscoring the significance and sensitivity of their findings. As they prepared to present their discoveries, the incident served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance of power in the galaxy and the lengths some would go to maintain it. Now, more than ever, James, Lena, and Marcus understood the importance of their mission. Not only were they advocates of Earth's ancient legacy, but they were also guardians of its future in the cosmos. Back at the Galactic Assembly, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation and tension as news of the Terra Nova's encounter spread among the delegates. The near assault highlighted the potential threats and political ramifications tied to Earth's newfound ancient status. The assembly hall buzzed with whispers and speculation as delegates from across the galaxy gathered to hear the presentation that had almost been intercepted. James, Lena, and Marcus, along with Ambassador Thrix, were the last to enter, their arrival drawing eyes from every corner of the room. Each step they took towards the podium was weighted with the gravity of their mission. Marcus took the lead this time, his voice steady as he addressed the assembly. "Esteemed delegates, we stand before you, not just as representatives of Earth, but as bearers of a truth that belongs to us all. Our recent expeditions have uncovered undeniable evidence of Earth's role in a once-thriving galactic federation, predating any known civilization in this assembly by millions of years." As Lena projected images of the artifacts, ruins, and inscriptions they had discovered, a murmur ran through the crowd. She explained each piece, correlating them with known historical data from other worlds, showcasing the undeniable links between Earth's ancient cultures and those of the distant past found on the relic worlds. "The implications of these findings are profound," James added, taking over the presentation. "They suggest that our history is far more interconnected than any of us realized. Earth was not merely a member of this ancient federation, it was one of its founding civilizations." The revelation sent ripples through the hall. Some delegates nodded in awe, others whispered in disbelief, and a few looked visibly upset, their faces etched with concern. A delegate from a particularly influential planet rose to speak, his voice echoing in the chamber. "If this is true, it redefines our understanding of the galaxy's history. But how can we be sure these findings are not fabricated? How do we know this is not an attempt by Earth to seek unwarranted influence in the assembly?" Before James or Marcus could respond, Ambassador Thrix stepped forward. "I vouch for the integrity of their mission and their findings. The Galactic Assembly's own archives hinted at these truths, long obscured and forgotten. We must consider what has been presented with open minds and hearts." The debate that followed was intense. Historians, scientists, and politicians argued over the implications. Some feared the disruption of the established order, while others saw an opportunity for a more inclusive and accurate historical narrative. As the session drew to a close, the president of the assembly called for a vote. "It is time we decide how to proceed. Shall we accept these revelations and incorporate them into our shared history, thus redefining the role of Earth within our assembly? The vote was cast, and the result was favorable, though not unanimous. Earth's history would be acknowledged, and its contributions to galactic civilization recognized. After the assembly, as the crowd dispersed, Lena, Marcus, and James stood together, relieved and exhausted. "We did it," Lena said, a smile breaking through the tension. "We've not just changed how the galaxy sees Earth," Marcus added. "We've changed how Earth will see itself among the stars." James looked out at the stars through the grand windows of the assembly station. "Let's hope this is the beginning of a new era, one of truth and unity." Their work was far from over, but at that moment they had achieved their goal. Earth was reinstated as a key player in the galactic narrative, its ancient legacy now recognized and respected. As they prepared to return home, they knew they were bringing back not just artifacts and data, but a new chapter in human history. Following their triumphant revelation at the Galactic Assembly, Earth's delegates, James, Lena, and Marcus, prepared to solidify Earth's newfound status and responsibilities within the Assembly. The recognition of Earth's ancient contributions to the galaxy was a monumental victory, but it was only the beginning of a broader integration and acceptance process. Marcus spearheaded efforts to forge diplomatic relationships, emphasizing Earth's desire for peaceful collaboration and shared growth. He arranged a series of cultural exchanges and scientific collaborations, hoping to build trust and mutual respect among the Assembly members. James focused on security and defense alliances. The recent attack on the Terra Nova highlighted the need for robust partnerships to ensure Earth's safety and sovereignty were respected. "We need allies who share our vision for a stable and prosperous galaxy," James asserted during a meeting with potential security partners. Lena, meanwhile, dove into setting up interstellar research initiatives. She worked tirelessly to establish Earth as a center of academic excellence and innovation, inviting alien scholars and experts to collaborate on projects ranging from quantum computing to ecological restoration. Amidst these efforts, a crisis emerged that would test Earth's position in the Assembly. A dispute between two powerful member civilizations threatened to escalate into conflict, potentially dragging the entire Assembly into a galaxy-wide war. The Assembly was deeply divided, with each side rallying support for their cause. Earth found itself in a precarious position, caught between long-established powers. It was a true test of their diplomatic finesse and strategic acumen. Seeing an opportunity to demonstrate Earth's leadership and commitment to galactic peace, Marcus proposed that Earth mediate the dispute. "Let us show that our ancient roots are matched by our commitment to fostering peace and understanding in the present," he suggested to the Assembly. With some reluctance but no better alternatives, the Assembly agreed. Earth would host peace talks on neutral territory, on one of Earth's beautifully restored islands, chosen for its serene and neutral environment. The talks were tense, with delegations from the disputing civilizations arriving with entrenched positions and deep suspicions. Marcus, supported by James and Lena, worked tirelessly to mediate the discussions, employing Earth's rich history of diplomacy and conflict resolution. As days turned into weeks, breakthroughs slowly began to occur. The Earth team facilitated dialogue that moved beyond grievances and towards mutual benefits, emphasizing common goals and interdependencies. Finally, after a marathon negotiation session, a treaty was drafted, addressing the core issues and establishing a framework for future cooperation between the disputing parties. The success of the talks was hailed as a diplomatic triumph, further elevating Earth's stature within the Assembly. As they celebrated their success, Lena reflected on their journey. "We've come so far, not just in light years, but in bridging differences. It's incredible to think about how much we've achieved." James nodded in agreement, his eyes on the horizon. "Our ancestors laid the foundations, and now we're building the future. Earth is not just an ancient civilization, but a vital, active leader in the galaxy." Marcus added, "And we'll continue to stand for what's right, leveraging our history to guide our future actions. Today, we've not only averted a crisis, but also set a precedent for how Earth will contribute to and shape the galactic community." Their work had not only re-established Earth's ancient legacy, but it also affirmed its role as a peacemaker and leader in the present galaxy, promising a brighter, more united future for all civilizations involved. Following their successful mediation of the interstellar conflict, Earth's delegation returned to the Galactic Assembly, their heads held high, embodying a renewed sense of purpose and recognition. The hall, once filled with skepticism and subtle dismissals of Earth's significance, now resonated with respect and anticipation whenever James, Lena, and Marcus walked through its corridors. As Earth's role expanded, so too did the opportunities for its people. The Assembly officially recognized Earth as a central hub for cultural and scientific exchange. Scholarships and research funds were established, inviting Earth's brightest minds to contribute to and benefit from the galaxy's pooled knowledge. Marcus, who had become somewhat of a celebrity diplomat, addressed the Assembly, his voice carrying across the chamber. "We are thankful for the trust you have placed in us, and we pledge to uphold the values of this great assembly: peace, cooperation, and progress." Lena launched several flagship projects, including a joint venture to study ancient galactic history and modern technological applications. This not only cemented Earth's reputation as a center of learning, but also provided a deeper understanding of the ancient technologies uncovered on the relic worlds. James worked closely with various defense and peacekeeping forces, ensuring that Earth was both protected and contributing positively to galactic stability. His efforts helped to form a new interstellar peacekeeping alliance that aimed to prevent conflicts like the one they had recently resolved. On Earth, news of their achievements sparked a renaissance of sorts. Universities expanded their programs to include alien studies and intergalactic relations. New technologies were adopted quickly, improving life on Earth in countless ways, from energy production to medical care, each advancement shared freely with their galactic neighbors. The culmination of their efforts was the establishment of the Earth Interstellar Cultural Festival, a massive event hosted on Earth that invited species from all over the galaxy to share their culture, arts, and sciences. It was a celebration of unity and diversity, with Earth proudly at its center. As the festival commenced, the Terra Nova team stood together, watching as alien crafts from hundreds of civilizations filled the skies above. Colorful displays of light, music, and technology melded into a vibrant tapestry that stretched across the horizon. James, sharing a quiet moment with Lena and Marcus, reflected on their journey. "Look at what we've achieved. Not just for Earth, but for all these people coming together as one community." Lena smiled, her eyes gleaming with emotion. "It's the dawn of a new era. We've shown that Earth isn't just a planet bound by its history, but a dynamic leader ready to shape the future." Marcus looked out at the crowd, his expression thoughtful. "Today, we're not just participants in the galaxy, we're shaping its destiny. Earth has much to offer and much to learn, but I think we're on the right path." As the festival continued into the night, the members of the Earth delegation mingled with their galactic neighbors, sharing stories, laughter, and dreams. The galaxy felt smaller somehow, its myriad peoples and cultures interconnected through a shared vision of peace and prosperity. The legacy of Earth's ancient past, once buried and forgotten, was now a beacon guiding them forward. Humanity had not only found its place among the stars, but was now leading the way towards a brighter, unified future. This was not just a new chapter for Earth, but a new beginning for the entire galaxy,